What up, Bulls Nation? We've got live CHGO Bulls pregame coming up right now. Bulls on the road, taking on the Rockets in Houston tonight. Kevin Durant, age 37, still getting buckets. Plus, he's got some awesome running mates in Alperen, Segun, Thompson, and more. Plus, the Bulls will have to try and win this one shorthanded yet again tonight. We'll preview this one next. What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome in to CHGO Bulls pregame. Coming to you live from our CHGO Xfinity Loft here in downtown Chicago. CHGO Bulls pregame presented by Michelob Ultra and Bet365. Delicious taste of victory deserves something equally superior. Cheer on your team with Michelob Ultra. And download the Bet365 app with promo code CHGO365 when you sign up. Whatever the moment is never ordinary at Bet365. I'm Peck, Bulls_Peck. That's Big Dave. Bam. Bam. BWL Sports. Will Gottlieb. Will_Gottlieb. And King of the Controls. One and only Joey C. What up, Joey?
Good evening, gentlemen. Happy Tuesday. And let's watch some hoops.
Hey,
Hoops.
see us for condition.
Hoops, baby.
Hey.
Thanks for being here, Bulls Nation. Hit that like button if you're hanging out with us on YouTube. Make sure you also subscribe to that CHGO Sports YouTube channel.
Yeah.
We 101 yet?
I think we're at 102.
We're at 103, guys.
103?
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Chicago Bears this weekend. A little boost.
A little boost. Bears
like,
boost.
Like the new signage.
Bang.
Get these little Xfinity boxy things on our mics.
Get a close up on Matt's boxy thing on his mic.
That's right.
Bang.
Bang.
Look at it. Yeah.
Oh.
Enjoy that, ladies and gents.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out to Xfinity, who provided me my internet and cable at home.
I love Xfinity.
It's good stuff.
Like, I sincerely mean that.
We got our own channel on Xfinity Comcast.
That is true,
Check that
Matthew
out,
Peck.
too.
Check that
CHGO
out
channel.
as well. Yeah.
All right, guys. Big game on deck tonight. Bulls, after beating one of those other Texas NBA teams, shout out to them for doing that, taking care of the Dallas Mavericks last weekend,
Cooper Flap.
are going to try to do it against the Rockets tonight. Rockets are down bad. Not actually like bad. They're just currently on a 3-game skid and trying to end it, and they have been very good at home this season. But before we dive into this matchup, wanted to take the top end of pregame to just kind of go through some other news and notes from the did you officially trademark it, Coat? The Condensation Game?
I officially trademarked it, yes.
Yeah, I saw that in your write-up.
The Condensation
It
Game
has been
TM.
officially trademarked.
All right.
The Condensation Game. That was not.
Many are calling it the Condensation Game.
So, official press release from the Bulls and the NBA about some scheduling tweaks. Because of that, Bulls Heat game that was postponed. And you added some more context. So the Bulls are going to play that makeup game on January 29th.
Correct.
Before this rescheduling, had a game against Miami scheduled for the 30th of January. They pushed that to the 31st. So now the Bulls schedule the last week of January going into February goes at Pacers the 28th, back home against the Heat on the 29th, back-to-back, day off, then at Miami Jan 31, and then at Miami again Feb 1. So 4 games in 5 nights.
4 games in 5 nights. It breaks up what was I believe it was a 6-game road trip, turns now into 5 games because you have to come back. But 3 straight games against Miami Heat. It's a lot. It's a lot of Miami Heat. It's a lot of Bulls back-to-back.
A mini in-season play-in tournament, perhaps?
Perhaps. Yeah, I was about to make a snarky joke about how this is the first time that the Bulls have played the same opponent 3 straight times since they played Milwaukee 3 straight times in 2022. And prior to that, it hadn't happened since 2017. So, yes, 3 straight times against Miami, which
crazy.
is, it is kind of an interesting wrinkle. I kind of like it. I
do
feel
too.
like it'll be a different change of pace, and we'll see some more adjustments and more of the chess matches that happen in basketball. That doesn't really happen during the regular season because nobody's really looking at the scouting report quite as much. But it also means that you have 4 games in 5 nights. It means that, and we talked to Billy about this the other day, what he was saying is he's not so concerned about the 4 and 5, but it's 9 games in 15 days before the trade deadline. And so
that's a lot.
that is going to be a really daunting part of the schedule.
Games.
And it's why, these next few where you have obviously Houston tonight, Utah tomorrow, Brooklyn, LA Clippers, who are having a down year. They're going to have to pick up some wins here because after that it's Minnesota, Boston, Lakers, Indiana, Miami, Milwaukee, trade deadline.
Ooh, man.
So that's it. I mean, it's kind of the last hurrah, I think, in terms of can they play well enough to hold this thing together.
Yeah, shiver me timbers. That's a lot. That's a lot of game. And you're right. If they're going to go on the run that they want to go on as far as the wins are concerned, it's going to have to start tonight and continue for this week, honestly, because 9 out of 15, Billy's right to be worried just about what he's putting on the players. You know what I'm saying? You're worried about the knees, worried about the health. Bulls haven't been the healthiest team, you know what I'm saying, this season. So he's right about that. But I'm thinking about those wins, losses, like Goat just said, man. He's absolutely correct because it wouldn't even matter for me who the murderer's war was coming up. It's the fact you got to play those games. You know what I'm saying? And in the time you have to play them. But the fact that there are really, really awesome teams that they have to play makes it worse. And your, dirty cherry on top of all three, and that is 3 games against the Miami Heat. Hey, Julia, is like that. Like it's a daunting task for the Bulls.
And you mentioned the fact that you've now created additional back-to-back sets of games that did not previously exist. And Dave talking about this team that's been dealing with injuries.
Yeah.
Injuries, dealing with that, and dealing with back-to-backs leads us to tonight's injury report. Because guess who ain't playing tonight? Coby White, who will once again sit in one part of a back-to-back set of games, managing that calf tightness he's been dealing with. No surprise that they are resting him tonight on the front end of a back-to-back when they are on the road in the hopes that, and the plan that, they come back tomorrow to home and he will play in front of the home crowd. Perhaps you might need him more in trying to get a W against Houston than against Utah. I don't know. But either way, them's the rules, according to the Bulls. Coby's going to sit tonight. And hopefully, according to play, we'll play tomorrow.
Yeah,
I think they want him to play in the home games. I think that's really what it is.
For sure.
That's
right. Gotta give the fam a reason to come out to the UC other than the Duncan race. His fellow backcourt mate Josh Giddey also remains out with a hamstring. Collins still out with the big toe sprain, and Julian Phillips went from probable to questionable to a late scratch with a wrist sprain. So no Julian Phillips available for Billy tonight. Can you tell us anything more about Giddey and his timetable on, coming back? I know you and your fellow beat members saw that he was doing some stuff at a recent practice or morning shoot around, but still not back. Yeah, we had practice yesterday. And basically the update from Billy was that he went through some of the non-contact stuff, went through and kind of participated in some of that, but was not really doing full contact. We saw him doing some running. I wouldn't say it was full sprint, but definitely doing some on-court running with some of the training staff after practice. So he looks like he's moving around pretty well, but a lot of times with these things, as Billy has said a couple of times here, there's not a lot of symptoms, but then all of a sudden you can be running, going through everything, feeling fine. All of a sudden you get that tightness there, and now it sort of resets the clock in terms of your recovery. And so I think they're just trying to be really cautious. That was the same thing with Coby. And I think with all these soft tissue injuries across the league, that's kind of what we're seeing here. So they're being careful with it. We will probably get another update tomorrow night when the Bulls are back in Chicago. Ahead of that game is usually when we'll get another medical update from Billy. And I believe that will be the 2-week mark of the 2-week reevaluation period. So I don't know that I'm expecting him to play tomorrow, but I don't think it'll be too much longer. We'll just have to see. And then the other big one in terms of the injury stuff that we should learn more about tomorrow was Zach Collins. Yeah. He should be having his consultation with some sort of specialist tomorrow. And so hopefully by pregame, we'll know a little bit more.
All right.
And then as far as the Rockets injury report for tonight, nothing particularly new or striking for them. Of course, their backcourt stud, Fred VanVleet, has been out basically all season, dealing with his ACL. Likely out for the season, but kind of similarly to Jason Tatum, it seems like they're leaving a little bit of wiggle room open for perhaps a late season comeback for VanVleet. But he is still not near returning and will not be available for them tonight, nor will Tari Eason, who's dealing with an ankle, and Dorian Finney-Smith, who is out also with an ankle. But even with those players being down, this roster for the Rockets is no joke.
Formidable.
It's the first time the Bulls have seen the Rockets this season. They play them again later on down the road, I think after the All-Star break. So let's just quickly refresh our memories on what the Rockets did last season and this offseason. They finished 52-30, the second seed in the West. Huge jump for a young squad that not a lot of people saw coming. Rockets on the up and up, but the 2 seed in that competitive conference, wow. But then, perhaps lacking in playoff experience, they lost to the Warriors in 7 in the first round as the 2 seed. Off-season, they re-signed Jabari Smith Jr. to a substantial deal. He got 5 years, $122 million. Shout out to him. The best screen setter in the NBA, crikey, Steven Adams.
Crikey.
3 years, $39 million to stick around the Houston Rockets.
Oi, oi.
They also acquired via trade Kevin Durant. He's pretty good.
I heard of him.
Clint Capella for another go-round with the Houston Rockets. The aforementioned DFS, who will sit tonight with an injury, and Josh Okogie to a more modest free agent signing. Their departures in trades, Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks go to Phoenix in that Kevin Durant trade. They also traded Cam Whitmore to the Zards. So a lot of moving pieces for the Rockets this offseason, but the headline, the Rockets have Kevin Durant now.
Yeah, that's your headline, the stop, print, ship right there is you've got Kevin Durant. And I've always liked these kind of trades because for me, Dylan Brooks, no matter how you feel about Dylan Brooks, he's a culture setter. He sets your culture, how you want to play and how you want your team to play. And seeing how Ime Udoka goes about his business on the floor, that's exactly the kind of guy that he likes, is having a guy like Dylan Brooks on that team. So when you're trading a guy that's your culture setter, well, you're going to have to bring in a big dog. You know what I mean? And that's what they said. They brought in one of the biggest dogs in the yard, in Kevin Durant. So I love these kinds of trades because I feel like both teams get something. Like for Phoenix, it resets your culture and how you want to play. And for the Rockets, it's like we are trying to win the championship. And what better piece to have than one of the greatest players that's ever played this game?
Yeah, I feel like last year the Rockets was kind of a figure out who you are season for them. They have all these young players from their rebuild. Amen Thompson takes a huge leap in the second part of the season in the playoffs. Alperen Sengun has a similar leap. He was an all-star last year. You have Reed Shepherd as a rookie who's trying to find his legs. You've got Tari Eason. You've got Jabari Smith. You've got all these guys, and they've developed an identity, and it's a bruising one. I mean, they are the number 1 offensive rebounding team of all time this year.
Oh, my God.
They are just absolutely bludgeoning teams on the offensive glass.
Crazy.
And that's why the Bulls are starting with their 2 big lineup tonight. But they realize, look, we've got all these talented players. We've got depth. We've got defense. We've got versatility. We don't have someone who can go get buckets. And that's why you go get Kevin Durant.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I knew you were, or I thought you were about to say they have the best offensive rebounding team in the league this season, which is also accurate. And what I had in my notes, you said, no. Of all time.
How about of all time?
And by the way, offensive rebounding percentage for Houston as they come into tonight's game, 37.9%.
They're almost rebounding 40% of their missed shots.
And I believe it's the Detroit Pistons who are second in the league this season in offensive rebounding percentage, and theirs is like 31.
That's
like
obscene.
It's a whole different universe of Rockets crashing the offensive glass.
Oh my gosh.
They also are 12th in the NBA in effective field goal percentage. I mean, shout out to Kevin Durant for that.
Correct.
And they're a little bit careless with the ball, 22nd in turnovers, and middle of the pack at getting to the free throw line, 17th in free throw to field goal attempt percentage. But that offensive rebounding, my goodness. The Bulls still remain one of the best defensive rebounding percentage teams in the league, but we have seen certain nights where they struggle to contain, to protect the glass, and especially on some of these nights when they have been missing key rebounders on their squad in Billy's rotation. You don't have Giddey's rebounding. You don't have Zach Collins rebounding. They got Jalen Smith back from the concussion, which is helpful.
True.
So you better hope that he and Vooch are ready to rebound tonight and then just gang rebounding from all of your wings and your guards.
Yeah.
We got to knock out a couple of ads here, so we'll take a quick pause, come back on the other side, dive into more thoughts on tonight's Bulls-Rockets matchup, take a look at what KD and his crew have been doing for the Rockets this season. Hit the like button. It's free. We'll be right back.
Kimberly.
CHGO Bulls is brought to you by Bet365. Right now, with their early payout offer, you are a winner if your team goes up by 17 points in a football game with an instant payout on straight bets and parlay selections marked as winners. How about double that? How about a 34-point Bears lead against the Rams?
Why not?
The comebacks are fun.
Yeah, they're cool.
How about a big lead?
Start that way.
I like those too.
Bang.
Download the Bet365 app with promo code CHGO365 when you sign up. And when you do that, and make your first $5 bet on anything, Bears game, Bulls game, Hawks game, any old game.
Right.
Win or lose that bet, you're going to get $200 in bonus bets when you make that first $5 bet, win or lose. And you can use those bonus bets on just about everything. Spreads, totals, player props, futures, and more. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Plus, take advantage of their NBA Tip-Off Tuesdays. That's today. A qualifying same-game parlay bet with safety net bet feature on NBA Tuesday games. Get up to $10 in bonus bets if the bet loses. Must be 21 and older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER.
You could be good.
Yeah.
You know, the Packers are good.
Yeah.
They're home.
Yeah.
You could be great. Like Wayne Larrivee. Wayne Larravee's great, even though he's doing the Packers games. Still great. But if you want to be the Bears,
Bear down.
there's only one way to do that, ladies and gentlemen, and that is to be ultra. And the only way you can do ultra is Michelob Ultra, because whether by can or whether by bottle, once it hits your lips in 2026, ladies and gentlemen, it's full throttle. Well, Big Dave, what makes it so ultra? Why are you talking to me like that? I don't understand. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. It's a superior smooth taste worth playing for. Superior game meets superior taste. Hey, superior game, superior taste. Let me use my guy, Will Gottlieb. Shake his hand. He thinks you guys are awesome. And they are. Superior game, superior taste. No matter what you're playing for, ladies and gentlemen, make it superior with Michelob Ultra. Be ultra magnetic.
Bulls pregame rolling along on Tuesday night. Getting ready for Bulls and Rockets. Before we dive back into some preview of this matchup, just wanted to remind y'all that this coming Friday, we have our next Papa Shot Showdown on the calendar. Papa Shot Showdown is presented by our friends at Michelob Ultra. This one's happening this Friday, 5 p.m. before I believe, 6 p.m. Bulls tip-off at the Lone Owl Pub on Milwaukee in Wicker Park. Just on the north side of Wicker Park itself. Cool spot. Looking forward to it. It's free. No need for a ticket. No need to RSVP. But hit us up on Twitter or in that Die Hard Discord or wherever, and the YouTube chat. Let us know. Hey, we're coming. Want to come hang out? Talk some Bulls. Get some shots up.
Yeah, man.
Drink some Michelobs.
Talk some Bulls. Talk some Bears. Watch the game. See if you could beat the great one, Will the Go Gottlieb and the Papa Shot.
Good luck.
A lot of things happening. As Go will tell you, good luck.
Good luck. So hope to see you all there again this Friday, the 16th, 5 p.m. Fun happy hour and Papa Shot.
Thank
shout
you,
out to you, Kimberly.
Hey, Kimberly.
Okay, so diving back into tonight's contest, guys. Kevin Durant getting a little long in the tooth.
Yeah.
37.
You up there?
But
buckets.
He said, how about instead of 37, let's talk about the 36.3 minutes per game I'm playing. Young at heart. That is a lot of minutes for an NBA player of his age. Much respect to him. And he's doing some pretty efficient things in those 36 minutes a game.
Oh, my God.
It's not the 30-plus points per game scorer that KD once was in his youth, his prime, but it's still 26 a game, and then you see those shooting splits.
That's what I'm tripping on.
One free throw percentage away right now from 50-40-90 club.
That's insane.
Might as well call it the Kevin Durant club.
Yeah.
That is very efficient stuff.
Platinum member.
And it's, you were talking about the big, bold trade that both teams decided to make with this, Dave, and giving away a culture setter and tone setter like Dylan Brooks. But we saw that this young Rockets team that was like, wow, they're a 50-win team already.
Yeah.
They lacked certain know-how in that first-round playoff series against the Steph Curry Warriors.
Yeah.
And I think struggled especially mightily in certain half-court offensive set situations when, I don't care if it's the Warriors or anybody else or any defensively challenged teams throughout the regular season, half-court defenses kick it up a notch in playoff series. We all know that.
True.
And I think that the Rockets kind of tried to figure out and struggled to figure out at times, who's our go-to guy?
Yeah.
Like, Segun is a great facilitator. He's a great setup man. Thompson is a beast in a lot of ways, but it's not exactly like he's a pure ISO scorer. And, and Jalen Green, to his talents, and he averaged over 20 points a game for them last season. Not exactly a clutch guy.
Yeah.
So you went and got Kevin Durant. Now you got a clutch guy.
Yeah. And not just having that, it also is great for the guys around him to learn from a guy like that. You learn so much from greatness when it's around you, and especially a guy like this. Like, I really think as good as Segun was, I'm watching what he's learning, watching Kevin Garnett and playing with Kevin Garnett. Like, he's a different kind of basketball player for me this year, IQ-wise. He's a different kind of ball player, and I really credit Kevin Durant with some of that changing for that young man and some of that changing for the young guys on the team. Kevin Durant is definitely in his gun-for-hire stage of his career. Mm-hmm. Like, that's what he was when he went to the Nets. That's what he was when he went to Phoenix. That's what he is with Houston. You know, he's Shane. You know what I mean? It's the good, the bad, the ugly. It's however you want to put it. He is definitely that gun for hire on your team, because no matter what is going on and no matter what is happening on your team, that kind of person to where you say, go get me a bucket, and he's like, how about 6? Like, just having that on your squad is amazing. How he can slow the game down if he wants to, and just go with you one-on-one. How he can say, you know what, I want to get to the free throw line and then attack the rim that way. How he says, you know, I just want to shoot threes all day long and hit those in your face. How about that? How about he got handles with that? Like, he's really, truly a nightmare. And it's fun to watch him because, you know, I just like watching greatness, but also makes me excited for one young Matas Buzelis, because I get to watch Kevin Durant and Matas Buzelis play against each other tonight, because I'm judging Matas against all these guys now. Not saying he's got something to live up to. Obviously, it's impossible. But I want to see, I'm sure he feels this way too, where am I at? Analyzing myself. As Will Perdue said, he's a guy that strikes him as always analyzing his game. I think that's what he's going to be doing tonight when he's going up against him or Thompson, or one of the Thompson twins is guarding him. Either way it goes, I think Matas is taking this challenge on, and it is a hell of a challenge to take on. Go.
Durant is just such an interesting player because I think of what you said. He's sort of this mercenary in the NBA where he just like goes around trying to pick up titles where he can. And I think that probably suppresses how good people think he is. He just passed Wilt Chamberlain for 7th of all time on the NBA scoring list.
Crazy.
He's 102 points away from Dirk. He's going to be behind Michael.
Nobody tells Avon
for top 6 at the end of next week. Like, he's just an all-time great player.
Dude's a bucket.
That's it.
And he's an incredible defender. But he's also just carrying this team so much. And you look at like their struggles last week, they're 1-4 in their last 5 games. He's been the model of consistency. 23 points on 50% shooting, 30 points on 55% shooting, 37 points, 54% shooting, 26 on 43, 34 on 54. So he's giving them everything that they need to, and I think it really is about the rest of the guys. You know what you're getting from KD.
Sure.
As long as he's able to stay healthy, and he really has been, which is a credit to him and a credit to us because we get to watch greatness, which, as Dave, you always like to say, is the best thing to watch. So it's very cool to see him on this team. And also just looking at this all-time scoring list, take a guess where James Harden is. All-time scoring
top 10. He's definitely a top 10.
Matthew?
Probably like 9 or something. Yeah, I would say that.
I feel like I just saw something recently about him moving up. Did he move up into 9th?
He's 11th, but that is
Okay.
surprising
Right
to me.
there.
And then you have like some other active guys. Russ is top 20.
Yeah.
Steph is 24, and DeMar 26th.
DeMar.
Shout out to Mar.
Balled out against the Lakers, sir.
Oh, you know he's finishing top 25. He'll get to top 20.
You kidding me?
He's 21 points away from KG at 25.
Wow.
Oh, wow. That's impressive.
Suck it, KG.
That's impressive. What up, KG?
So, talking about KD being the model of consistency, but again, there's lots of other talent on this Rockets team.
Yeah.
Mentioning them retaining Jabari Smith Jr. and Steven Adams this offseason. And Segun and Thompson. These are essentially, I think, like the 2 running mates flanking Kevin Durant on this squad right now.
Yeah.
They both picked up hardware last season. Segun became an all-star on just a humble 19, 10, and 5 dimes stat line spanning the season. And Amen Thompson, not only did he finish first-team all-defense, shout out to him for that,
yes,
5th in Defensive Player of the Year voting. And his stat line last season, 14, 8, 3.8 assists, and 2.7 stocks. And then you fast forward to this season, and they've both kind of improved upon certain elements of what they did last year. Segun now averaging just shy of 22 points a game, 9 boards, 6.5 assists, 2.5 stocks. And Amen Thompson, nearly 19 points a game, 7.7 boards, 5.2 assists, 1.9 stocks. So, like, they're both getting it done on both ends of the floor. Amen Thompson still has not really become a real floor spacing threat.
Yeah.
Very low volume of three-point shots for the young man this season and shooting them at a Chris Dunn-esque 19%. Shout out Chris Dunn. Segun also not a flamethrower. He's shooting 31% from downtown, but again, most of his damage is done inside. And they're both shooting well above 50% from the field
and
this season.
That's like what the Bulls have talked about a bunch this year too, is like, can you compensate for bad shooting by doing other stuff? And for them, the other stuff is the offensive rebounding.
Correct.
Over their last 5 games, they are the worst effective field goal shooting team in the league. They're really struggling, cannot make a basket. Probably aside from KD, no one has made a jump shot in the last 2 weeks. But 40% of their shots, they're offensive rebounding, and that's probably what's keeping them in games. So that's going to be the biggest area of concern. I mentioned it. That's why Billy's starting the 2 bigs tonight. Defensive rebounding and really punishing them offensive rebounding wise and making them have to get back to prevent them from getting out on the break is going to be the real key, because if you just let them punish you on the glass, there's no chance. You just have no chance.
Yeah, I think the Bulls' chance of winning this game or even being in this game is to attack them at their Achilles heel, like as you just mentioned, the shooting. I also think their Achilles heel is point guard. I don't think they have a stabilizer there. And that's why you see so many turnovers and ball handling issues going on with the Rockets, because everybody will get a chance to bring that ball up. Segun, Durant, Thompson, everybody gets a shot. Basketball Joey, they all get a shot to do that. They don't have a solidified one because Van Fleet is injured, and everything was on him to be the general and be the guy like that. That's where I think the Bulls can attack. When you bring in an Ayo Dosunmu and you bring in a Trey Jones, those are the guys who can set the tone for this team at that position. And Ayo doing what he does, attacking the rim. Trey Jones doing what he does, getting everybody involved and setting things up in that half court. If Trey Jones hits a couple of threes, it would help a whole lot. It really would. But that's where I feel like the Bulls can really, really attack this team, because I don't trust them at that position.
Before we get to pregame picks, just quickly, we got a bit of breaking news here. Shams Charania earlier today had that tweet about like, hey, so the Mavs are thinking about shopping Anthony Davis again, just in case anybody around the NBA is interested. Like, okay. But our very own Mark Stein, friend of the pod, member of the DLLS Mavs coverage, just tweeted, Mavs announced that they expect Anthony Davis to miss the next 6 weeks after a medical evaluation of his left hand today determined he does not require surgery.
Oh, wow.
So kind of a two-pronged update there. He'll be out 6 weeks, but no surgery required. But that 6-week timeline is going to take us past the trade deadline and then some.
Yeah.
So when you couple that with what Shams had to report earlier today about like, the feelers are out there for Anthony Davis.
Yeah. That's interesting.
I got some thoughts on that, but we'll save them for postgame.
Okay, we'll save those thoughts for postgame.
Go thoughts.
So with that, let's get to our pregame picks real quick.
Right.
Pregame picks presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app. Promo code CHGO365 when you sign up.
Pregame
Whatever the
picks.
moment is never ordinary at Bet365. All right, no Coby, no Josh. So where did I go for my Bulls picks? Ayo and Trey, baby.
What I'll just talk about.
Ayo has back-to-back games scoring 20-plus coming into tonight's game. When the Bulls are down scoring power, he steps up.
It's true.
And you're getting plus 235 money on Ayo Dosunmu to score 20-plus tonight. I love that value on Ayo getting 20 when I think he's got a very good shot at doing so. And then the same thing with Trey Jones. These numbers may have shifted. I don't know if certain people were asleep at the wheel knowing that Coby and Josh were not going to play tonight. But Trey Jones to get 10 or more assists, I got at plus 500 earlier today. That is insane value for a guy who does that a lot when his minutes go up.
Yeah, seriously.
And then Amen Thompson, the young man we were talking about, already has some hardware in his trophy case, doing some really solid things this season. 10 or more boards for him at plus money. I like that too.
I like it a lot.
So those are my pregame picks.
I dig it.
I'm shying away from this line because, I think I looked at it and it was Rockets 13.5, and I was like, that's a massive spread.
Massive.
Shout out the original Joey.
I just like how we're on the same page here. I'm talking about point guards here and your pregame picks. point guards of the Chicago Bulls.
There you go.
Thing, baby.
I don't know. We'll see. I might throw a little money on the live line once we get into this game.
You've been known to do that.
Depending on how things go.
True.
Would be honestly impressive to see the Bulls keep this one close.
Yeah, seriously.
I am not expecting them to, but it's possible.
I mean,
possible.
the Rockets are just not playing well right now. I
It's
think
not.
they can't. This is a winnable game for them right now.
It's a get right game for the Rockets,
Yeah.
or it
It
certainly
is.
can be.
It can
and
be.
The Bulls are
the
missing
Bulls
key guys yet again.
Could get right themselves.
And the Rockets, I think I mentioned it earlier, 11-2 at home.
Real quick, nothing on Kevin Huerter. I'm only asking because in that game we watched, he came up limping, grabbing his leg. Nothing on Huerter. He's good to go.
As far as I know, I didn't see.
He was not on the
trade-
injury
or
report
the,
in any
trade
capacity.
report, the injury
So I
report.
assume that
See
whatever
where my
minor
mind
stuff
is.
he was dealing with,
It's good to
he
go.
is good to go.
All right.
All right, we have crossed the 7 o'clock hour here in Chicago. That means tip-off just a few short moments away, assuming that the Rockets court isn't made of butter or grease. Let's hope. We'll be right back here for postgame after this one. Thanks for tuning in to pregame. Hit the like button on your way out if you haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
Make sure you subscribe to that CHGO Sports YouTube channel. Enjoy the game. We'll talk to y'all in a few. See you, Red. Be good.
Love y'all. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.